Leo.
Hello Leo, this is your forecast for December 2014, and we have a fabulous month ahead. The first 2 weeks especially, where we're just seeing all of these beautiful golden trines that are just going to feel like super highways opening up for you, golden keys opening up these new doors. And here in November, you probably used a lot of time as far as working on your foundation of your life, where all the planets been at the bottom of your chart here, but also within your home and family environment. There might have been extra attention going out there. But see, now December is going to be one of love, laughter, and joy, where the 5th house is lighting up for you with the Sun, Mercury, Venus. Got the new moon there too, Leo, this month. And so let's start off with those moons. You have that full moon here in the sign of Gemini here this month, which will for you be in the 11th house of friendships, your hopes and dreams, groups and organizations. So you might just see how something's going to come to the surface here on the 6th that may be something you have worked for since that last intentional moon, right? Where you put down your intention. This is where it's going to pan out for you this month. Now the new moon will be here December 21st, 14 degrees in Sagittarius, in the 5th house for true love or new love, self-expression, creativity, and creative projects and children. So you might come to see now how you're going to be spending more time with your children, or diving into or initiating a new project. And if it is a self-owned business, which the 5th house can represent, well, let me tell you though, the potential of this month is really, really good, not only because you're flanked by the Sun, Mercury, Venus, and the new moon here, but also because this is a time for you now to lay these grounds with the aspects that they are receiving. So let's start top of the month, just to talk about your drives, your goals, and how that is looking for you. Right here, December 1st, Mars, which is your drive and your ambitions, your goals, but it also represents men in your life, right? Mars for you here, top of the month, is in the 6th house, sign of Capricorn. So there's a driven focus and aspect right now where you're really wanting to push things forward. You must have probably used a little time here in November to become better about your time management, okay? That's what the 6th house is, our day-to-day routines, our schedules. Mars might have been quite busy because Mars is always acting, right? But when things are scattered around, it takes more energy to get things done. So right now, having it in Capricorn in the 6th house, you might have felt more driven to look at how to get your ducks in a row so that your time management can flow better. Here, December 1st, it's sextiling Saturn, which has to do with your ground level foundation, your home, your roots, and looking at how these two are interacting. Maybe you've cleared up a lot of clutter in your house. Maybe that now is flowing, giving you a sense of better feng shui in the house, or also that you've set things up so you don't have to scatter your energy by following up little by little, but actually put things into their places. Now, if this is done correctly here by December 1st, let me tell you though, you can, for the next 2 years, come to harvest from doing this. It takes 2 years for Mars to go around that chart once. And so that is definitely a little blink there to you that this could be a good thing. Now, any interaction with men on this day, especially those in seats of power, which Saturn represents, well, he or they, should I say, will hold the power to open up doors for you, and that's pretty exciting as well. Now pay attention to December 4th. Here is love and romance knocking on your door. You know, Venus rules love. This being in the sign of Sagittarius, it's very playful, it's expressive, it's outgoing, it's happy-go-lucky, it's enthusiastic. So you're going to feel that energy rise. Plus, it is trining Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sagittarius, so double whammy, lots of fun. Make sure that you say yes to the invitations that you get, so you're out and about. There's a lot of giggles and laughs and just feeling good. And if you're in a relationship, well, this is a time to really blossom. And for those of you Leos out there single, well, let me tell you, this is a great time for you to meet that special someone. Now, on that very same day, you might be receiving some kind of unexpected surprise, and this is because the sun, which is you, the essence of you, is also receiving this beautiful golden triangle from Uranus. And Uranus is the planet of the unexpected, but this is good. Uranus, when it receives great transits, it's always good news. It changes up everything, new action, right? So December 4th, we got Venus and Jupiter trine, we got the Sun and Uranus trine. So lo and behold, something is about to surface for you. And then December 5th, it's being followed up, because now comes Mercury. Planet of communication is going to be speaking to Uranus also with a trine, so it's kind of following up, following through. And so this is definitely in the area between love and romance and the ninth house, which has to do with foreign people, country, places, or it could be someone out of town, out of country. But also the ninth house is how you think about life in the large picture. It's our spirituality, the higher concepts of truth. It also rules the area of publications, the law, if you're having any lawsuits going on. Well, you could have a good conclusion here in these days where things will play out to your favor, perhaps. So you'll have to see how this really ties in with you. But if it's a business that you're thinking about launching, well, then I would say that a lot of this good energy and change can come from afar, since Uranus is up there in that ninth house. Now, December 12th, we're following right along. We got Mercury now, communication with Jupiter. Any talks or communications or negotiations, contracts to be written, well, a very, very favorable time, as Jupiter is promising that it will be behind you and be generous with you. And on the 14th, where Mercury was, the Sun has moved into the same aspect to Jupiter. Same thing all around. And for you, this is between Jupiter being in your first house, and Jupiter has been expanding this area ever since that early summer, late summer actually, when Jupiter went into your sign here, the first house. So it's been growing and expanding who you are and how you're showing yourself out to the world at large. They see you as happy-go-lucky and abundant. And here comes the Sun, here comes Mercury, coming in also in a beautiful trend. So you're going to get a lot of feedback upon who you are as a person, who you are as a spirit. So then also on the 14th, we're not finished here yet. See, we have Venus, love and romance. It's what you desire, what you hold close to your heart as far as your needs go and your self-esteem. But it's also, you know, the ruler of money. Now here it's sextiling, so it's doing this beautiful tango with Neptune, which is your vision. It's the ideal image. It's also the higher octave of Venus, which brings it from a level of just love and lust, to a higher potential spiritual type of love, otherworldly type of love. So this could be a really romantic night here, December 14th. Now, as I've said on the other tapes here too, it's a little bit of irony that here we have 2 weeks, boom, 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 with things coming together apparently very easily, but we have the harsh square on the 15th between Uranus and Pluto. And this is the last square of what we've been dealing with ever since 2013, where things push have come to shove. Every time you thought that you had something in hand, you had a steering, Uranus came and changed up, you know, did a 90 degrees on you. So you've had to learn to be flexible, to let go, let God. Can't steer it. There's nobody who can steer anything when these two planets are together. Pluto, though, has wanted certain things to come to an end in your life for a reason. And it may have been very difficult and hard to see it, recognize it, and understand it as you were going through it, because then we just feel the impact, right? But now we're coming into that last phase of it. You'll feel it as it's coming into this aspect on the 15th, but you know it now. You've been through it 3 or 4 times. So right now, it being the last one, allow it to be a celebration, a release party of thank God, bye-bye, adios. And by this time, Pluto should have transformed you, given you the lessons of learning how to let go. That's the message of Uranus. See, in the past, it might have been very important to you. And of course, Leos have a lot of pride too. You are a Leo. So pride is there. So if things haven't really panned out the way you wanted over the last 1.5 years or 2, that's created some wounds, right? And then the Leo will lick its wounds. But in letting go, trusting God, knowing that things are what they are, it is what it is, then Pluto will come in with its gift to you, which is transformation, more self-empowerment. And this is what you're going to see now in the coming years. Now that this aspect is done, because it's not going to come around for a long, long time. But, even though we have received the gifts in the 2 beautiful weeks early on, we still have 2 more weeks. And I'd like to say, from the 15th through the 25th, there might still be some tension, because we're still in the clear up, letting go phase of that last square of Uranus and Pluto. Plus, not only that, Venus is going to come in and square off on Uranus, and it's going to come in there and it's going to conjunct Pluto. So it's activating here on the 20th, both planets with Venus. So love can be a little challenged on this day. Romance can be a little challenged. Financially, there can be some challenge. Not too worried about the financial, because it looks like earlier on the month there was some good news coming to you. So that could be a raise or promotion or something. But it's more like now having to take your stance and make some wise decisions and choices. Where do I go with my money? What do I spend? What do I save? Where do I go with the love that I feel? How much is too much to give? How much is too much to hold back? Where is that balance? Maybe old issues that wasn't fully resolved under all these previous squares might rear its head, and here you are, now having to face it, confront it, but also to eliminate it once and for all. So you've got a few days there where you'll feel this, but you're so much wiser now, Leo, because you've already taken yourself through this earlier on, the last 1.5 years. So I know that you're going to be on secure ground. You're going to speak your truth, because by the 25th, you know where you're at. You've had a week where you've been a little like this, but you know where you're at, and you're going to stipulate your truth, your sense of new self, that you work for. And also behind it here on the 26th, the Sun and Neptune are beautifully together, so you're feeling harmonious. You're feeling attuned to whatever decision you've come to is now right for you. So happy with that. Of course, here on the 31st, coming into New Year's Eve, Mars and Jupiter, they're in opposite ends of one another. There's an opposition going on. Mars is wanting to do one thing. Jupiter wants something else. So you might find that your partner is tugging at you, wanting a certain direction, and then you're over here doing your thing. So it's more to find, common grounds, to see eye to eye, heart to heart. So whatever that decision is, it is what it is. But now, see, we have Mars in Capricorn as we start out this month. And Capricorn is the area of your chart where we have day-to-day routines. And the energy of Capricorn is to get things done, okay? It's such a beautiful drive because it keeps your eyes on your goals. Now, it's going to shift into your opposite sign, that of Aquarius here December 5th. So you might see now how you're going to balance between you and the energy going to a partner, or how a potential partner or your significant other will be Marsier using their energy there towards you after December 5th. Then we have Saturn. Saturn, like I said, you've used a lot of time here over the last 2.5 years to find your roots, the inner self, the grounding of who you are. It's brought up a lot of your past. You've worked through things that might have felt a little heavy, more burdensome. You know, Saturn can do that. It can be heavy because it's karmic too. But see, the good news is it's leaving this area of your foundation December 24th, yes, and moving into the 5th house. So Saturn is going to be working now from, say, next month and over the next 2.5 years in the area of children, self-expression, love and romance, and also creative projects and so forth. So you can see how this is where Saturn's going to help you grow and expand and take on new things. But your home life, family life will be now more squared away. So that's good. Yes, Jupiter. Let's talk about Jupiter, which, you know, is a sister sign to you because it rules Sagittarius. But it's been moving here in your first house. It will retrograde from December 9th. Not that that's a bad thing. The retrograde of Jupiter is always easy because it's so abundant and generous and such a giver and such a protector, should I say, of all good things to come. So, but it will be retrograde for 5 months until that April 9th. So you might have been seeing how you've been moving forward and expanding your horizons. Now you're going to take a step back so you can have time to reflect upon it, work it over. But there's also, I see, good opportunities that still can come to you under this retrograde because it's such a positive planet, and it might come to you in forms of something that could have been offered to you earlier and you didn't have time to check it out, or you were just too busy doing something else. But good opportunities can still present itself, and doesn't have to be a negative because it's retrograde. You know, we're always a little more careful under Mercury retrograde, but this Jupiter one should be pretty good. So your new moon in Sagittarius here, December 21st, I mentioned that. The full moon here in Gemini on the 4th in your 11th house for hopes, dreams, wishes, and friendships. That new moon down there in the area of love, new love. I just got something in my throat. So we have that here, Leo, and go listen to your partner just to see where all these fabulous aspects are coming together in his or her chart, because whatever is there in their chart may come to behoove you, and vice versa. So do that, and also listen to your moon and your rising sign, as that too will give you a little bit more insight to the other areas these fantastic aspects may, you know, shine through for you personally. So I'll be looking forward to seeing you in January when we'll have a new year to talk about, and until then, take care and happy holidays.